Welcome. I'll be covering some of my favorite moments and running commentary from Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 10. Let's start with the assimilated Star Trek comm badge logo. How cool was that as the intro? And then to have Chekhov's son as the main narrator, there were so many Easter eggs here. I also think that using Anton as his name was an homage to the lovely actor who passed away from the movies. What a beautiful moment, though, to have the original Chekhov actor giving his voice to this scene. Will I ever stop screaming with joy when the Enterprise D appears on screen? No. The answer is no. No matter the cost. Oh, Picard knew what he was asking. If they can't save Jack, they have to stop him by any means necessary. It's the right choice, but knowing that does not make it easier. Seven is in her element here. I love the makeup too, showing how rough the unassimilated have it right now with the constant firefights. And how clever to hit them with those transporter phasers. Boom! And gone. I wonder if that was partly inspired by the portal weapon that they saw in use earlier. It might have sparked an idea. It's also so cool how Seven found random people who were willing to help, like the cook who was like, I don't have a station to take, unless you want a nice chocolate souffle right about now. I love how he was rambling out about how he was helping out at a deli and then he joined Starfleet. It was so cute. And also realistic for someone who's not used to being on the bridge. I would be panicking. And then Seven got her epic, "Let's do this" speech. Yes, Queen. She even said, "Engage." Diana and Will had an adorable moment before he left for the Borg cube. That yearning for each other and love was palpable. And you could see how terrified she was that he was not coming back. And she wasn't the only one. I was worried too. As the crew split up, I think they all felt that way. Would they ever see each other again? It was pretty moving because I think they really played these goodbyes to make the audience feel like, oh, we're gonna lose someone. Okay, the only thing creepier than a Borg cube is a Borg cube full of corpses. I can no longer be your captain. I now have to be a father. How far he's come. And then another parting. I was on the verge of tears at this point. I was so worried about Will and Picard, one of them probably not making it out. I didn't want to lose any of the crew. I love all of them. Jack's suit was awesome. Great job, costume department, on that. You could also semi-hear how he is still influencing the rhetoric there, talking about bringing a universe into existence where there is no loss, no disease. It was twisted, but clearly his conscience still there. Great hand-to-hand combat with Worf versus what's left of the Borg. I wish we had more of that plot. It was one of my favorite parts. In case you're wondering what the noise is, today is the Apple Blossom Festival in my area, and there's a parade right over there. And I think the band is going. Yep, that's the band. Back to Worf. Swords are fun. That's the best line of this episode. I need this t-shirt. It's Worf, and it has a little speech bubble that says, "Swords are fun." Speaking of which, Beverly taking over the weapons systems and then just going for it, and everyone else turning around like, what was that? Aren't you a doctor? I've always liked her character, but she was never a standout for me. After this season of Picard, that opinion has changed. She's fantastic. I like her now better than in TNG. Go Data, he did it. Although, of course, if the beacon is destroyed, so is the cube, and that brings up the old conundrum. Sacrifice a few to save an entire planet? Or try to hold on to hope that there's another way, but risk losing everyone. That pained nod from Beverly to move forward was heartbreaking. When everyone kind of looked to her, because it's her son, and she was like, do it. save Earth. And then Will telling Deanna that he would wait for her with their son. That just broke me. And of course, her reaction to jump up and go, "No, you will not, because I'm coming to get you." There were so many triumphant moments here. Sydney's back. Yes! Everyone is relatively okay, but I'm still worried. There's a lot left in this episode. From here, hopefully all happy moments, because Worf has just fallen asleep on the bridge. I'm so glad they put in the everyone is magically fixed by being transported away and back again. That's so classic. And figuring out who the changelings were in the middle of all that. Conveniently wrapping up everything via the transporter. So Star Trek. Admiral Crusher, well deserved. Real Tuvok is here, finally. Where is Janeway, though? You'd think she'd have a cameo, at least. Seven has almost an identical attitude towards performance reviews that I do. I always feel like I totally failed at everything because I did not achieve perfection in every area. It's really nice to see that I'm not alone here, because she came to her review and was like, "I'll save you the trouble. I'll just quit. I know I did a terrible job." I felt this so much. And then, of course, Shaw comes in and is like, "Yeah, she's brilliant. Promote her." I love how Shaw puts it that Seven is not by the book, but the book she writes will be great. And how cute that Worf helped unite Rafi with her family. Heart of gold, that one. And then Data with his therapy sessions with Troy because he now has emotions was so cute. 1 year later. Okay, I think I can relax. Whew. Just vignettes from here on out. And these three, I'm not ready to leave yet. Can we just prolong this episode another hour? It's too bad they couldn't just let Picard live on the Enterprise D. Open up his old quarters. I guess the power drain would be too much. But it would make tours really interesting. The old Titan is now the Enterprise? Does that mean Seven is captain of the Enterprise G? I may have screamed here. Beverly's grin says it all. Can we please get a Captain Seven show now? And Rafi is number 1. Jack is in Troy's old station. All right, what will Seven's engage line be as captain? They didn't show us. No. But we did get a prune juice reference, which almost made me forgive them. And we're ending with Julius Caesar. Gotta have a Shakespeare quote to bookend everything. So appropriate. Poker night is back. This ending was so awesome. Troy has gotten out the Romulan ale. Such a heartwarming conclusion. And have the credits just appear as they continue playing the game. Everyone back together. Letting the music take over. Fantastic. Wait, Q is back? Alright. Of course he'd be interested in Jack. He even has a touch of that red robe in homage to the trial of the first episode of TNG. But this was such a tease. How could you do this to us and not instantly announce Star Trek Legacy's coming out? This episode gave us everything. Adventure, reunited family, and a happy ending. I hope we get lucky and actually get a Star Trek Legacy show. I did a really quick Google search, nothing official. They're talking about how it's not off the table, but it's also not really on the table. I'll see you all soon for Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Live long and prosper.